we're gonna do some yoga again today. So let's get started. Going to your mats, go ahead and lie on your back. I'm not going to do that so I can talk you through this, but go ahead and lie on your back, either flat, or you can bring the soles of your feet together, knees nice and wide, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart in your reclined bound angle position. Go ahead and close your eyes and begin to really tune into whatever is present here right now. So noticing any physical sensations, without engaging in them, just noticing the thoughts that are going through your mind, noticing if it's a lot going on or a reoccurring thought, if they're neutral or positive. Again, just taking a moment to check in without getting engaged or involved in those thoughts. Finally, noticing if there's any strong emotions present or maybe even subtle emotions. Just again, a chance to check in. And from here, begin to deepen your breath. Moving the breath so that you're breathing in through the nose. And let's go ahead and exhale out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale like you're blowing out birthday candles. A couple more times just like that. You might sigh it out. Some nice cleansing exhales. So take just 2 more breaths, however works for you. And now if it works for you, go ahead and breathe in and out of the nose. And again, if you have any reason why that is not comfortable for you today, just go ahead and breathe in a way that's comfortable. So let's start adding some movement by bringing your knees in to your chest. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side. Grab onto your left leg, extend your right leg out, circle out the left foot. Reverse directions. Then go ahead and switch sides. So again, circling out the right foot. Reverse directions. Hug both legs in, and then from here, go ahead and put your feet flat on the floor for a little moving hip bridge. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in to lift the hips up, and exhale, starting in the top of your spine. Slowly soften down 1 vertebrae at a time. Again, inhale up, exhale down. Continue that with your own breath and start to notice your foundation. Spread your feet nice and wide, your toes nice and wide, pressing into your hands and your forearms. Noticing if you're gripping anywhere. While this movement has strength to it, you don't want to be gripping anywhere or adding unnecessary strain in any one part of the body. Let this be nice and smooth, like water here. Inhale, like a wave. Coming into shore. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to press up. Exhale down. From here, go ahead and pull your belly button to your spine nice and strong. Bring your knees above your hips, shins parallel to the floor. And you can keep this as small as you want. We're just going to alternate tapping our toes down to the mat. So starting to fire up the belly here. And again, notice your breath. Notice if you're starting to grip anywhere, like maybe your jaw or your neck, they can relax. Keep the effort here. And again, just taking this time to gently tap. Waking up the belly. Go ahead and do that one more time with each foot here. And from here, you're going to hug the knees into the chest. You can rock to either the right or left side. That's up to you. And come to a seat. I recorded an entire video that the mic got shut off, so I'm going to check this multiple times today. So sitting up nice and tall, let's do a little seated cat-cow, shoulders over hips. As you inhale, lift the heart, pull the shoulder blades together gently. as you exhale, round the spine. So inhale, lift the heart, shoulder blades gently pull towards one another, lengthen through the front of the throat. Exhale, round the spine. A couple more times, just like that. Stay long in your spine, so even when you're arching or curling, you keep the spine nice and long. One more time. And coming to a neutral spine. From here, reach your right arm up and over, getting a nice stretch in the side body. Create a little more space between your ear and shoulder, pulling the shoulder down even as you reach up. And go to the other side. Let's try that one more time. Reach up and over. Nice gentle stretch. Keep your right sits bone grounded. And to the left. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands together, press and reach. Twinkle your fingers down. My asparagus fern is there to remind me that this takes a big movement, so you want to take up all the space, even if you gently brush one of your plants. One more time, reach up and twinkle down. We're going to move to all fours, starting with a little cat-cow here. So spread the fingers nice and wide. You want your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine like you're trying to bring your tailbone and the crown of your head closer together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. One more time, just like that. And round. From here, coming to a neutral spine, you're going to reach your right toes back and then step them forward, modified crescent. Take a moment here, maybe cactus your arms. Do whatever feels good. You might even want to reach them behind. Take some time here. We're going to take 5 breaths. So maybe you add some movement to the arms or keep them still. Soften the shoulders, maybe move the neck around. Probably shouldn't do that because you hear the crackles of my neck in the microphone. Big inhale. Full exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Return to all fours. Left side, left toes reach back. I'm getting a little tickle from the plants again. That's okay, part of the deal. Rising up. Again, cactus the arms. Maybe reach behind, grabbing onto opposite elbow. Whatever feels good. So this is all about getting the body ready for some more movement, but also getting more present to what you need right here, right now. And more space on the neck. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Full breath in. Complete breath out. And then step it back to all fours. If you're my regular student, you know that this is always your option for down dog. Otherwise, go ahead and tuck your toes under, lift your hips, press back, down dog. Inhale, come back to all fours. Keep your toes tucked this time. Exhale, down dog. And we're going to add on here a little bit more of a challenge. Inhale, high plank. You can always go to hands and knees instead. Exhale, down dog. So if you're doing this on the hands and knees, you're just going to reach your hips forward to a plank and come back. Otherwise, inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale to that high plank and hold. Stay nice and strong. So again, you can be on your knees like this or on your toes. Tuck your hips under. So you're lengthening your low back. So you want to keep a tuck here. Inhale. More space between your ears and shoulders. And then send your hips up and back downward, facing dog. Pedal out your feet here. And we're going to step our feet nice and wide and walk our hands back, wide-legged ragdoll, back of the mat, swing side to side. Let your neck be heavy. Let your head be heavy. Let all of it just hang. And from here, we're going to walk out. Keep your feet wide. We're going to rotate to the sides of our feet, side plank. Now you can bring your back knee down if you prefer. That's up to you. Take a deep breath in. Press away from the floor as you breathe out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, come back to that wide-legged plank. Second side, rolling to the other side. So again, can always come down to this knee, adjust as you need. One thing about a side plank is that it's easier if your feet are wider. So if you normally struggle with stacked feet, just try spreading the feet out a little bit more. Take a deep breath in, lift the hips, and exhale, come back to the center. Wide-legged down dog. Take a full breath in and a complete breath out. Inhale, look between your hands, and exhale, step to the top of the mat. Take your time to slowly roll up the spine. Circle out your shoulders. And again, just do whatever feels good here to kind of add some movement in your shoulders. From here, reach up mountain, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Plant your hands, step it back. From here, high to low, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. So we're going to move through sun salutation a few times. We're going to do the short version today to kind of move through quickly so that we're moving our body fluidly and continually moving the whole time. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Mountain, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold. Swan dive or roll down. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine, long back of the neck. High to low plank as you exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Use each breath as an opportunity to get a little bit more into the body. Inhale. As you exhale, step top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. So I'm going to let you move through this 2 times on your own. I'm going to stay quiet for once, but I want you to really match movement and breath, so really connect to that. Keeping it fluid, no start, no stop, just an opportunity to flow through. So whenever you're ready, 2 more times, we'll meet in down dog. So when you get to your down dog, just add a little movement here. You might lift a leg or pedal out your feet. And if you're still moving through your second sun A, keep going. So getting everyone to sun A or down dog. We've already done sun A. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, right toes reach high. And just peel open here. So bending at the knee, trying to stack your right hip on top of your left. Reach the right toes high. Step through low lunge. Rise up to crescent. And as a reminder, you can always come to your back knee. Opening up warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. And from here, cartwheel your hands downward facing dog. We're going to stay on that same side. Adding on. Right toes reach high. Bend at the knee, peel open. So you can circle out your foot. Right toes reach high. Low lunge, rise up to crescent. So hang out here for a moment. Again, maybe cactusing the arms, reaching the arms behind. Soften the shoulders. Lately, my shoulders have been creeping up, so I got to really think about pulling them down and back. Reach the arms up. You can bring your hand to the ground or through heart center. Twist away. So if your right leg is forward, you're going to twist towards the right. So if you can see your other leg when you look down, that means you're twisting the wrong way. Option to open your arm to fly. Sink your hips a little lower. And from here, unravel, coming back to crescent. From here, extended crescent. Rising up, crescent lunge. Open up warrior two. This time just a little mini side angle. Back to warrior two, reverse. Cartwheel your hands to a high plank. You can always just go to down dog, otherwise high to low, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. I'm going to check the mic so you can still hear me. You can always feel free to add a little movement in your down dog or stillness. What do you need? Left side, left toes reach high. Step it forward, little lunge. Rise up to crescent. Open up warrior two. Reverse warrior. Cartwheel your hands down. Downward facing dog. Oh, we forgot to open our hip. Let's spend a little extra time doing that. Right toes reach high. Bend at the knee, peel open. So you can spend a little time here. Maybe come back to 3-legged dog and then open up again. Right toes reach high. Step them through, low lunge. Rise up to crescent. So again, find some time here. Maybe cactus the arms. Reach behind. Sometimes it's just nice to kind of add, again, a little bit of movement. Now from here, settle into a little bit of a still crescent lunge. Right hand can come down to the ground or hands through heart center. I'm going to role model the different twist here. But again, you can always come to heart center. Bring your thumbs closer to your heart, closer to the midline. Sink the hips a little lower. Breathe. Strong legs. Strong breath. Strong focus. Looking to the sky. From here, unravel, crescent lunge, open up warrior two. Again, get nice and low here. Adding a little side angle, just a nice gentle one. You might reach to the ground, but you might stay here. Get the hips low. Hand does not need to reach to the ground right now. It can stay on your leg. Reverse warrior. Cartwheel your hands, high plank. High to low. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Take a deep breath in, right toes reach high. Step them through, low lunge, rise up to crescent. I just realized I forgot another thing on the left side. Second class is going great. We're going to get to it, don't worry about it. So from here, we're going to do a little extended crescent. And your option, let's see if I have space for this, is you can keep going to this extended crescent, flowing back up, otherwise launch off, warrior 3, step back, crescent lunge. So just play with that. Be playful here. If you're looking for a specific destination, sometimes that takes away from the opportunity to play and explore. From here, let's come back to our crescent lunge and open up to warrior 2. This time get real big and strong. We're going to imagine we're pulling our feet together. Sometimes people like to think of pulling them apart, whatever helps you engage your legs. And we're going to get nice and low for our side angle here. You might use a block or stay here. Up to you. Remember, this is not a forward fold. So you can reach the arm overhead, whatever feels good. Just make sure you're not hinging at the belly. Rising back up, all of the toes face the same direction. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands down to the ground. They can stand your hips or go to a block. You can bend your knees if you need to. And if you can't, just kind of walk your hands. Explore whatever you would like to explore here. Maybe you grab your big toe or whatever it might be. Take a full breath in. A complete breath out, hands on your hips, and rise up. We're going to have some fun here. We're just going to rotate the left foot and then the right, and here we are, crescent lunge, other side. So on the other side before, I forgot to have us do that little flow, so we're just going to do a little bonus one on this side. So extended crescent, belly to thigh, inhale up. So you can do that a couple of times here, and that might be where you stay. Great place to be, nice little flow. Otherwise, you can start to launch off, Warrior 3. Inhale back. You might even stay up in your Warrior 3. Again, let this be an opportunity to play. Like I'm playing with my asparagus fern, which is right there. Hi, Fern. Thanks. Woo. See, you can lose your balance just like me. Remember, that's the only way to gain your balance is to lose it. And from here, let's open up Warrior 2. Big Warrior 2. Big stance, strong legs, strong belly, side angle or extended side angle. So again, thinking of getting low in the hips. It's not a forward fold. It's about getting low in the hips. Pull the belly in. Strong legs, strong breath, strong you. Create a little more space between the right shoulder and ear. Take a deep breath in. A complete breath out, rise up. All of the toes kind of wiggle just a little. Heels in, toes out. Goddess pose. So pull the hips forward. Squeeze your glutes together a little bit to help create support. And again, experiment with thinking of pulling the mat apart or together with your feet, whatever helps you get a little more engagement. Soften the shoulders, down your spine. Inhale, star. Exhale, sink. Take a full breath in. A complete breath out. And from here, rotate your feet, stepping it into a high plank, high to low, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Let's take 5 breaths here. Again, adding movement or stillness. Maybe you go into child's pose. That sounds good to me right now, so that's what I'm going to do. Do whatever works for you. From here, we're going to inhale, shift our weight forward to a high plank and lower down nice and slowly. Moving into some locust. Reach your hands back. And today we're going to press into our hands the whole time. So we're going to lift our legs. Imagine you're reaching them away and then up. Same thing with the crown of your head. It reaches away and then up. Shoulder blades gently pull towards one another to create more opening in the chest. Long back of the neck. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Lower down. Left ear comes to the mat. We're going to do a second set. So here, long neck, lifting off, lengthen and then lift. Again, have some fun with this. Explore your range of motion. If you can't breathe, that's a sign you're pushing too hard. So ease back. Pull the shoulder blades together. And lower down. Right ear comes to the mat. Let it all go. Bring your hands next to your chest, pressing up to all fours. So let's get into some inversions. It's probably been a while since some of you have done inversions. So we're going to keep it nice and feet on the ground today, if you will. But if you do want to try, remember, use a wall. I did a handstand class last week and was reminded why you don't use a door, because I banged my foot on the door handle. So don't use a door. Use an empty wall if you're going to bring your legs up. But otherwise, let's do some things I like to call little mermaids. So we're going to clasp our hands, coming to that dolphin position. So you're going to start in dolphin dog. So pressing in your forearms, pull your belly in. And this is like the Little Mermaid when she comes to the land. So she's got legs and she's going to explore them. So you might reach them forward, walk them forward. You might lift one up. But then you're going to walk them back to that plank position. So now you're going to become a mermaid again. Your legs are squeezed together. You got one big tail. Pull the belly in. Tuck the hips under. From here again, walking the feet forward. Exploring your legs. You might lift the left leg up this time. Again, you might just kind of hang out here. Walk your feet back one more time for that legs together. Back to your mermaid position. And we're going to do it one more time. Just walking the legs up as far as is comfortable for you. And we're going to hold here for 4 breaths. Pressing into your forearms. Pull the belly up and in. Maybe come to your tiptoes. Pressing into those forearms. And from here, child's pose. Come down to your knees and find some rest. In your child's pose, breathe into your back, softening as you exhale. Inhale, imagine the space between your ribs expanding. Exhale, everything softens. Take 2 more breaths here. And then make your way to all fours. For my students who are used to this, we're going to do a little freestyle hip opening, but I'll also offer some suggestions. But feel free to modify as you would like. So we'll start in our down dog position, or all fours. Right toes reach high. Let's start with runners or lizard lunge. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. You might come down to your knee, rolling onto the edge of your foot, coming down to your elbows. Again, whatever feels good to you. I'm going to do the version where you bring the foot in, adding a little twist. Again, do what makes sense for you today, right now. Might be different than what you wanted to do last week. That's cool. Go ahead and release that foot, or bring yourself upward, making whatever arrangements you need to. Wiggle the right foot in, pull the hips back, half splits. So from here, again, thinking of the tailbone reaching back. You can flex and point the foot or bend and straighten the leg, whatever helps you tell your hamstring everything's cool right now in this half splits. And again, I really like to think of tucking the tailbone and then sending it back. Lots of nice stretch, especially in the high part of the hamstring. From here, we're going to plant our hands and step it back. We're going to do this on the other side because we'll take some time for pigeon in a moment, and that'll give you more options. Let's do the left side. Left toes reach high. Step them through low lunge, or this runner's lunge position. Again, you can come down to your back knee or not. Go to your forearms, make it your own. And again, I encourage you to explore, not to force anything. Right now, you don't have to worry about what your neighbor's doing, because unless you're practicing yoga with someone in your house, your neighbor certainly can't see you. They're watching a video, maybe miles and miles away. So use this as an opportunity to deepen your practice by paying attention to what you need. From here, release or rise up, whatever you need to do to come back to the starting position. Wiggle the left foot in, again, half splits, left side. So bringing your hip over the back knee. Again, you can flex and point, you can bend and straighten the leg, send the tailbone back, making it your own. Find a little bit of ease here. It's good to find a deep stretch, but you don't want it to be too intense. And from here, reach your hands forward, come back to all fours or down dog. Pigeon is next. So as always, if you would prefer, or your hips would prefer, go to your back and do recline pigeon. Otherwise, we're going to do half pigeon here. Right toes reach high. Woo, knee to hand. And again, level out your hips. Give yourself time to get into a good pigeon for you. Don't force anything. Take a peek at your back leg. If things are weird there, adjust or go to your back. Now you can choose, you can fold forward here. Today I'm going to work on lengthening my spine. So that's what I'm going to do in this position. You can fold forward. Either way, I want you to really breathe into those places that are feeling some intensity right now. The breath is an opportunity to give those parts of our body that hold tightness or tension an invitation to release. Give them permission to release. Breathe all the way into the belly. Exhale, let everything go. One more time, inhale. One more time, exhale. If you're in half pigeon, be very gentle as you make your way to the other side. If you're in reclined pigeon, take your time. As you shift left side, so left toes reach high, knee to hand, reach those right toes back. So again, you can make your choices. Find some ease here. And if you're at home and you don't have a yoga block, you can always put a pillow under your left glute in this case. Again, I'm going to work on lengthening my spine, but you might be folding forward or on your back. Honor what you need. Again, as I was telling you earlier, I have to really remind myself these days to soften the shoulders. They've been creeping up towards my ears, so I got to really be intentional about that. And I invite you to be intentional about it as well. Find some softness here, especially in those places that might be speaking in a loud voice or screaming a little. Let them soften. Let the breath give them permission to relax. Take one more deep breath in, a complete breath out, and step it back to downward facing dog. If you're on your back, stay there, hang out. We'll be there in a moment. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step all the way through, come to a seat. Again, checking that mic. Don't want that to get shut off. From here, we're going to find boat pose. Heck yeah, here we are. Pull the belly in. Let's flex the feet today. Let the hands come to the side if you want, but otherwise you can stay here. You might even stay here. That's a really nice chest opener that provides a little support. Pull the belly in even more. Lengthen your spine. Full breath in. Complete breath out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, reach the legs forward. Seated forward fold. Reaching the arms up, hinging at the hips, soften here. So again, don't force this. If you notice you're really rounding, let yourself find a little more length, even if that means you're coming up a little bit. It's all good. Make your way back up. And we're going to move on to revolved head to knee. So in this case, I'm going to bring my right foot to the inside of my left thigh like I'm doing a seated version of tree. Rotating towards the right leg, the arm reaches up and over. So just like when we were doing extended side angle or side angle, you want to think of this as a side stretch, a side body stretch, not a forward fold. So if you notice you're hinging at the waist, open up. Maybe your shoulders are leaning against an imaginary wall. Take a deep breath in, rise up, second side. So again, take your time setting this up, rotating towards the left leg. Reach the arm up and over again. Nice side body stretch. Ground that left sits bone. Find a little more ease. And go ahead and rise up. We're going to do an encore of boat pose. So here we go. Here we are. Yay. We're just back in it. Happy to be here. Pull the belly in. Squeeze the legs together. Gently. You're not squeezing them for dear life. You're squeezing them to let them know they're connected. If that's uncomfortable, as always, you can put a pillow or block here. Take a deep breath in. Long neck. Exhale. Release. Let's go in for some bridge. So coming to our backs. As we did earlier, we're going to spend just a little bit of time staying up this time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press your hips up. Shimmy the shoulders underneath. Again, long neck. Pressing into your foundation. I've clasped my hands, so shimmying my shoulders underneath. Press the hips up. Find deep breaths here. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, soften down one vertebrae at a time. Take a moment here to check in with what you might need right now. We're going to be heading towards Shavasana in a few moments, and just take a moment. Maybe you just want to kind of chill here. Maybe there's another pose or position or stretch that feels like it's calling to you right now, and I want you to do that. So again, whatever it might be, it doesn't need to be a yoga pose. It can be something else. Just use this as an opportunity to honor whatever kind of final movements you need. I'm going to do a supine twist. You don't have to. You might be doing something else. But I'm going to bring my knees together and bring my arms to a T, looking to the opposite hand. And keep the breath intentional, but really notice, again, where it's going in the body, if it's deep or shallow. Try to see if you can find a little bit more depth, a little bit more into the belly. And from here, go ahead and come to the center, all the way over to the other side. So again, knees to the right, looking to the left if that's comfortable. Adjust your arms as you need. So if you need to move the arm lower, if it's too intense, soften the shoulders. So again, keep the breath intentional here, even as it's slowing down. Coming back to the center, give yourself one final squeeze. Bring your forehead up to your knees. And then from here, lengthen out on your mat. Maybe you grab a sweatshirt or something if you need warmth, or a blanket. Again, the nice thing about being home is you can have all that stuff with you. So take a moment to get comfortable and then settle into our final pose, Shavasana. Again, if you're going to want a longer one or a quiet one, feel free to put pause on this video right now. Otherwise, I'm going to just give a couple comments here and there, just to get us back in the habit of finding a little release. So allow yourself to let go of the intentional breath and let it return to its natural rhythm. And see if you can observe the breath without altering it. So just noticing the natural state of the breath. It's probably slowed down from earlier today, or maybe when you first started your practice. Noticing those quiet spaces between the breath, the inhale and the exhale, those little spaces. Maybe they're longer, maybe they're fairly short. Just notice. When you get distracted, because you're human and that happens, just come back to this breath. A gentle curiosity about the breath, about the quiet spaces. Expanding your attention gently to all parts of the body, noticing if there's any tightness or tension, maybe some gentle or not so gentle gripping. See if you can use these next few breaths, that awareness, to soften. if you need more time here ever, today or any other day, stay as long as you can or would want to. Otherwise, begin to add some gentle movements, maybe moving your fingers and toes, a gentle rock of the head side to side. For today, rolling to any side that you prefer, bringing your knees in towards your chest. When you're ready, coming up to a seated position. Once you've made it there, take a moment here to fully lengthen your spine. And bring your hands to heart center, thumbs to your sternum. And I just want to honor and thank you for being here with me today. I have such gratitude for all of my students, even though I can't be with you in person right now. It means a great deal to me that you're out there, that you're part of this world, that you're here breathing and moving and being connected in this way. And for that, with tremendous gratitude for each and every one of you. Namaste. Bye, everyone. See you soon.